This is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I know that many of us around the world are mourning the loss of two icons, Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson. As I thought about the events, the monumental, tumultuous events of today, a song came to mind that I want to share with you guys. And any of you who are into country music probably have heard it before, but it's a country song by one of my favorite country singers. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just a snippet.
Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Out in the yard, your wife and children working on some stage in L.A. Did you stand there in shock at the sight of that black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor? Or did you just sit down and cry? Did you weep for the children who lost their dear loved ones? Pray for the ones who don't know. Did you rejoice for the people who walked from the rubble and sob for the ones left below? Did you burst out in pride for the red, white, and blue, the heroes who died just doing what they do? Did you look up to heaven for some kind of answer and look at yourself and what really matters? I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love.
That is a beautiful, beautiful song. And that song came to mind when I thought about where I was when certain things happened in my life. And to go back to one of the first memories I have of where I was when we got the news that Elvis had died. I was 10 years old and just a few days before turning 11. And I remember I was spending the week or weekend with my grandma, and I was at my cousin's house. And I remember we got the news over the TV, and I cried. It was such devastating news, even though I wasn't I was a fan of Elvis, but I wasn't a major fan. But just the fact that he wasn't an American or worldwide icon. And then the song that I just played was by Alan Jackson, and it was in honor of the victims and the heroes of the 9/11 catastrophe. And I can remember where I was when I got the news about 9/11. I was with my sister Deborah, love to talk Deb. We were in my vehicle, in my Expedition, and we were at Lee's Recipe, which is a fried chicken place, kind of like a Popeyes or Kentucky Fried Chicken. And my sister wanted some gizzards. I can remember this so vividly. And we had gone there, and we were so busy talking and enjoying each other and having a good time. And for some reason, either we had the radio down, or we turned the radio on, or turned it up, and the news came over the radio. And we could not believe it. Then that brings me to today. when I heard the news about Farrah Fawcett. I was at work when I heard that news, and I couldn't believe the report, so I immediately went to the internet and of course got the confirmed word. Then I'm still at work, and it seems like the most unbelievable thing happened. We get another report. We have our TV on because we have about 3 televisions in our work, and we keep it on the news. And up flashed the news that Michael Jackson has been transported to the hospital due to cardiac arrest. And then there was that probably 30 minutes of waiting with bated breath and praying and searching the internet and Twitter and everything for further information, and getting conflicting reports. Some people were getting information from their iPod that Michael had died. Some people were getting information from CNN and Fox and HLN and local news, and some said he had died, and some said he was in a coma, and some said the status was unknown, and we did not know what to believe. But of course, we know what the outcome was. But like I said, it brings me back to that song, "Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning?" Where were you when an icon in your life, or an American icon, or world icon passed away, or a major catastrophe? Where were you when you got the news, when your world stopped turning? My condolences to Farrah Fawcett's family, friends, and loved ones. My condolences to Michael Jackson's family, friends, and children and loved ones, and adoring fans. And my condolences to those people who are not famous, who are not well known, who also lost a loved one today or recently. And just such a poignant thought that my nephew was riding with me today after we gotten all of this news, and he said, "Auntie, a lady died today from a heat stroke." And my first thought was, someone else died besides Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson? And I said, duh, Deidre, hundreds of other people died. Perhaps thousands of other people died. Perhaps millions of other people died today. It wasn't just Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson, but we know that those two were icons in the world. My condolences to the bereaved family everywhere. May God keep you in perfect peace and encourage your heart. Y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm going on a family reunion, and I know I'm going to have a wonderful time. Y'all pray for me that God will extend His traveling grace and bring me and my family back home safely. Y'all be blessed.